Angry Yarraville residents have lashed out at the Baillieu government for not committing to building freeway ramps that would dramatically reduce truck numbers in residential streets. Locals say they're being swamped by trucks while the government conducts yet another review.
Fed up Yarraville residents hope a song and dance will push the government into action.
We're sinking under trucks here. We've got residential streets that are experiencing up to 7,000 trucks per day.
Those trucks carry about 2.4 million containers a year between the port and Westgate Freeway, and that's expected to triple in the next 20 years.
It's very difficult to watch our children walking to school, riding their bikes, being surrounded by layer upon layer of rather large trucks that seem to be getting bigger and bigger.
The truckies are on side saying direct access would mean shorter travel times, bringing economic and environmental benefits.
95% of goods that you pick up in this country are delivered by a truck driver.
The 2008 Eddington Transport Blueprint suggested ramps, and $40 million was put aside to start the project. The proposed ramps would provide exit and entry points before the Westgate Bridge, taking the trucks directly to the port via Hyde Street and Whitehall Streets, bypassing residential areas.
Supporters of the plan say that the ramps will reduce the number of trucks using Yarraville's residential streets by 60 to 70%, which equates to about 1 million movements every year.
So now we've got the Baillieu government. We don't know where they stand. They're undertaking a review, but the community is sick and tired of reviews.
The government spokesperson today also didn't know.
It's not an issue within my portfolio responsibility, so I'm afraid I'm not in a position to comment on it.
It's pretty outrageous, really. I mean, you know, they ought to lift their game a little bit and think about people. And if the $40 million is sitting here, why not get on and use it?
Jasmine Burke, 7 News.
Residents West say they're fed up with trucks using their streets as a shortcut and are demanding on-off ramps be added to the Westgate Bridge. The opposition says plans for the ramps have already been made, but the state government is ignoring them.
Tossed aside by the Liberal government, who are ignoring the fact that putting in place the truck action plan would reduce truck movements. It'd take up to 1 million trucks a year off the local residential streets.
Curfews have been implemented to stop trucks travelling on same streets, but residents say it's a failed solution.
And hundreds of residents in Melbourne's inner west today stepped up their campaign to get trucks off residential streets. They want the government to build on-off ramps on the Westgate Freeway to enable trucks to bypass homes.
Elsewhere, residents of the inner west are fuming over stalled plans for a dedicated truck route to Melbourne's port. Now, they're sick and tired of thousands of rigs rolling through residential streets daily.
Traffic isn't the only thing that's ground to a halt in Yarraville. Residents are calling on the state government to continue Labor's Transport Action Plan by building ramps connecting the Westgate Freeway to Melbourne shipping port. First proposed in Sir Rod Eddington's 2008 report, the plan will remove 1 million trucks a year from residential streets.
The truck action plan is shovel ready. It could start tomorrow if we had commitment from the government.
This is a government that is dithering. It's not proceeding on projects that are just so important.
Labor had set aside $40 million to begin the project, but Roads Minister Terry Moulder says the funding falls far short of the $380 million needed to finish it. He says it's a bit rich for Labor to be calling for action now, when they had 11 years to do something about it.
Curfews have been implemented to restrict trucks travelling on some streets, but residents say they're ineffective, simply forcing trucks to take even more inappropriate routes.
I live off Moore Street and our main problem is trucks at night, all the time.
The state government says the truck action plan is currently being reviewed, but hasn't said how long that will take.
But the community is sick and tired of reviews. We're sick and tired of plans. We just want action.
Kate Creedon, 10 News.